Bonfire podcast, episode 10. And today I'm here with a very special guest. You've seen me post his work for about a year plus now, probably longer now. I'm here with Laurent from Before the Storm Studios.
What's up?
Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. We've been planning this one out for a minute, bro. You were always in the works to be episode 10.
Yeah, you told me like from the first time you came to the studio, you're like, yo, I got this podcast and shit. And that's how we linked up. So it's an honor to be here.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing I wrote or found about you was, I don't know if it was Graham from Garbage. Shout out to Graham.
Yeah,
that posted some old pins and pluses work from you.
Yeah.
And I dropped that article because in the ad campaigns you had like crazy I felt like it was like high fashion and like streetwear merging together, but like it didn't feel like forced or anything. And nobody around here I was really like taking it from that approach.
Yeah.
So I fuck with the vibe off rips. It was some of the best shit I've seen in a while. So I just had to write an article about it.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. That's like definitely like what I was trying to like get to the point of just like getting to like a high fashion look for like what I could obtain at like the time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely appreciate you for that. And like, yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to go for.
Yeah, in like one of the first ones you did, there was like a bunch of people I knew in that shit too. Like my homie Jonah that used to be my editor over at the Crow's Nest.
Shout out Jonah. Jonah was like one of the first people I met in St. Pete when I came out here. I was like walking down the street like in Central, and he was like taking photos, and I remember he was like wearing a pair of Oswegos, and I was like, yo, like what's up? Like what are you guys doing? And like from there, like we ended up chilling. And, like, that was pretty much, like, history from there. He ended up moving, but shout out to Jonah. He's, like, really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, in, like, my early days of, like, writing and finding my voice, I was, like, writing for the USF paper, The Crow's Nest, and he was one of the editors on it, or, like, helped running it and shit. So I knew him. I worked with him for, like, a couple of years, so.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a cool thing. And then, like, Graham was in one of them from Garbage, like we were talking about. And then Raheem, the abstract poet.
Yeah, that's my brother.
That's gang, so you already know he had to be in it. And then I think my homie from Dying Out South, I think was actually in that shit too.
Tony?
Yeah, Tony, yes,
Tony.
sir.
I definitely, like, incorporated a lot of my friends, like, in my work, like, at the time. It's just, like, yeah, anybody that was near me, like, was definitely, like, in my shoots or anything like that. So, yeah, all my homies got a chance to, like, be a part of, like, Pins and Pluses at the moment. And it's super sick. I'll probably end up definitely bringing that back in that essence in like all my work.
Yeah, bro. I like the one where you're all by like that gritty looking like wall and stuff. And then you had there's like one photo of like Raheem just like sitting in a chair. That one was like fire too.
Yeah, that was like
the aesthetic of it, you know.
Yeah, that was probably what was that? That was like the hotel shoot. And it was like up the stairs. Yeah, that was at the Hollander. Yeah, that was a cool shoot. I ended up making those t-shirts and just like that week I was working at a t-shirt shop, man. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna make these t-shirts and I'm gonna get some of the homies together. And like ended up just like Raheem was hanging out with some guys and I was like, yo, I got these shirts, let's go shoot. So we ended up going to the Hollander hotel and like that was just like we were like running around the hotel looking for like places to like shoot and like went upstairs to this little like nook and I was like, oh, this would be a good place to shoot. So yeah, that photo was sick.
Yeah, so when you weren't from St. Pete originally, but you were from out west, I believe, like New Mexico, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me about your time in New Mexico, because I'm not really familiar with, like, out west like that. Like, I've been to Arizona a couple of times and California, but
yeah.
How was that, dude?
Yeah, I, like, grew up in New Mexico, like, probably, like, 14 years of my life, so, like, it was pretty cool. It, like, raised, like, how I am now is, like, it really molded me to be, like, the person I am. There wasn't, like, a lot of stuff to do out there, so like finding like art and shit like that was like definitely like what like made me get to that point of just being like super into it, like because there's nothing around super rural. Like we got like the malls and shit like that, like it's like school, go to the mall and then go home. So like yeah, that's where art and all that shit came from.
They got a soccer team now that's kind of like hype though, bro. They
Yeah,
play the Rowdies sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't been out there in like so long, like, but definitely like they're like New Mexico is growing and it's crazy like to see. Like I'm like looking back at like my homies now and like the scene, like they're getting like to the point where we're at like over here, like where like the art scene's growing, the fashion scene's growing, and like shout out to like all my homies that are like in the mix actually like creating that shit. So it's cool to see that.
Hell yeah, they have like one of the highest like rated fan bases of their team too and everything. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I guess because that's really like their only like pro sport team, I guess. So
Yeah, it's a big college town, so like they got UNM and shit, but definitely like we never really had like we have that, and then we have like it's like a baseball team, it's like what's like the D League or whatever.
yeah,
like
like a minor league
the
team.
minor league team, yeah, and they got that. It's like the Albuquerque Isotopes.
Oh yeah,
So,
I've heard of them. I've heard of them.
Yeah.
That's
So
I love that name.
yeah, we have that. So that's like pretty much it out there. But yeah.
So when you came to St. Pete, what was it? Was it like a tough transition for you, or? I mean, it's really dope here, so it's kind of just like.
Nah, everything was like smooth. Like
Yeah.
definitely like moving here. Like I just kind of just like hopped in the mix. Like I said, like went downtown once. Like ran into Jonah. Then ended up running into Raheem. Raheem was working at this art gallery at the time, and then like he kind of just like helped me get in there. So we ended up like interning at this art gallery for like a year or so, or probably 2 years or so. So like yeah, like moving here was like easy transition. Like it was just like everything I needed. So like shout out to St. Pete for that. That shit's it's cool. It's a cool place, man.
So right around the time when I first wrote that Pins and Pluses article, I think you had already stopped doing that because I would be asking like, "Yo, when's the next drop? When's the next drop?" And you'd be like, "Bro, I got something brand new coming." And then you like unveiled the Before the Storm drop, the original drop and everything.
Yeah.
The homie Delete Glitch is in that first shoot.
Yeah,
Shout out Delete Glitch, man.
Shout out Glitch. If you see, Glitch was actually in the Pins and Pluses, the last collection for the Night in the Country shoot.
Oh yeah, I
he
didn't peep that.
Yeah,
but
he's in the video of that. So like, yeah, Glitch. How did I meet Glitch? I met Glitch through that gallery. Shout out to Misu 360 because they like definitely put me on to like a lot of people in the city. But I met Glitch. He modeled for the same like fashion show I did, and I was like, okay, cool. This kid's cool. Got a cool look and shit. So I ended up like getting his information, and then like a couple of years down the line, and had him model for me for Pins and Pluses, and then Before the Storm. So yeah, shout out Glitch.
So what made you do that transition? Because it's kind of, I would feel like it would be not necessarily hard, but like you've already invested time into building like this one brand up, like to just switch like that. Like what was the reasoning for it?
I don't know. I just think like progression and just like how I like to move. Just like if something like seems like a better idea, I'll go with it. And like Pins and Pluses may not ever be like dead because I love the logo. I love like the ideas that I've came up behind it. So it's just kind of just sitting there floating until like I feel like I want to pick it back up and run with it. But Before the Storm was just kind of like at the time it was like sitting at home and like being like talking with Chad, our business partner, and being like, yo, like you want like we're gonna start a company together, and it's just like, are we gonna do Pins and Pluses, or are we gonna do this, that, and the third? And it's just like, all right, let's just start something new off the ground. So that's like typically like that was how it happened.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Chad too.
Yeah, shout out to Chad, bro. He's the truth. Like he's definitely like helped me out a lot with like the company and like everything that we've done through like having the studio and all that shit. So shout out to Chad.
Hell yeah. So when the factory, they still do their second Saturday art walks, and one of my favorite, I would go during like the early days of it starting, I would go and say what up to all the artists, and you know what I mean? It was like my routine. But I would always end up chilling at the Before the Storm studio for like an hour, 2 hours, and everybody would pull up like Sean MP3.
Yeah,
the homies would just be in there chilling.
Yeah.
And that was some of the best times like that I had over at the factory. So tell me about your time in the studio. You guys still have the studio there, so it's still, but it's a different vibe now. But
yeah, so I ended up giving the studio to Raheem because I'm waiting for my house to be renovated. So I just like kind of just like, yo, I got like this going on, so like just like hold on to it, like hold it down and stuff. So he's doing that over there, but like yeah, the studio was amazing. Like we had like the screen press and shit over there. We were like working everything out, but yeah, I just had to let it go for the meantime. So.
In the little store setup and everything, you do your like
cool.
pop-ups and shit with the rack.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that first drop, because I really liked a lot of the designs you had. Like I wore that blue tee on the Cowboy and Moose episode.
Yeah.
And it was really dope, man. And then there was a one that it kind of has like the globe with like the swirl and everything. I always like when you use that like swirl kind of tornado logo.
the like liquid, yeah,
Uh-huh.
shit's cool. But yeah, the first like collection is just kind of just like we had some stuff from Pins and Pluses. We were gonna do a pop up with PBR that got canceled because of COVID. So I had like a bin of clothes, and I was just like, yo, what are we gonna do? And I was like, all right, this is gonna be the first release. So I ended up just like coming up with like logos just like every day that like till we were leading up to doing our first drop and shit, like. And yeah, like I think I showed you like my art process is kind of just like blank canvas, throw something on it, and then like just work with it, and then like come up with like the text and all that stuff. So like everything that I really do is kind of just like spitballing, freestyling when I design something. So it's not too like straightforward. And then like I'll design something, and then it may like be like I come up with the name of the collection, or I'll beforehand, or I'll just like design a whole bunch of stuff and then like make a collection name for it. So it's kind of just however I feel when I'm designing. So yeah.
So after that first drop, you guys did the Out West one.
Yeah.
And that went along with the Juneteenth, the fashion show you guys did. But let's talk about the collection first, and then we'll get to the fashion show. So that I love that collection. I like how you incorporated all the Out West shit from you being from Out West, and then it had the Scorpion vibe, like representing Raheem and NHO and everything like that. Yeah. And those designs were really fire. And then you had the one like the Studio T with the big like spinner on the back.
Yeah, so like definitely that was like kind of an homage to like me being from New Mexico and shit. But like we definitely when we started that collection, we were talking about like, okay, can we like take this brand outside of it just being like a storm, like, you know, like logo and all that stuff, and like incorporating rain and all that stuff. So like, okay, we're gonna do like a desert vibe just to see like what we can do with it. So when we did that, it kind of did open a little bit of a door in our minds to be like, okay, this doesn't just have to be like storm this, storm that, you know. So like definitely the pieces that we designed were super sick. Like the shirt with the feet walking across the chest was super sick. That was a Chad design, and like we all just went back and forth from that. So
hell yeah. So and then you guys did the big fashion show with a whole bunch of different pieces. You incorporated some of the pieces from that, but they were all like pretty much all one of one shit, right?
Yeah, so we just pretty much just like sat down, we like thrifted some pieces and then like reworked it, and like we made some stuff from hand. Like it was
You had a bunch of people in that shoot too, like AJ was in that one, and Lex was in that one.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of people. And then you did it was like a Fear and Loathing sort of like vibe at the runway show.
Yeah, so like, that's like when we were trying to tie everything together, we kind of sat down together, and it was just like, okay, what's going to like tie everything back to like making sense of all of this, because it was kind of just like, we got clothes, we got all our models together, so it was just like, I was like, all right, I like Fear and Loathing, and then I was just like going through and watching the scenes, and like the scene of them like driving through the desert, and this like the cars are like swirling around, and it was like the storm and shit, so I was just like, yeah, we're gonna go with that. And then we had Chad, I had him on music, and he had someone make a beat for us, so it was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, that was a dope drop, man. Like you guys had pretty much that whole parking lot in the factory like set up as like a runway, and everybody was on one side and shit. It was really dope.
Yeah, that was like, for my first fashion show, it was amazing. I think we had like 200 people there.
It was a lot, dude. I came back. I had to work or something like that night, but then I came back like just to see Only 1 2 and then your guys' shit.
Yeah, it was insane. That was like definitely a highlight of my life. Like, yeah.
And he rocked the shirt and his performance, the Scorpion one.
Yeah, we had that, and then what was it? Sean MP3 was like had like everything BTS on it. It was super cool, like just to see like everyone like supporting and like rocking the clothes and shit. So yeah, it's fucking dope.
So let's talk about your transition over to working with Scott Andrew Fisher in the studio over there.
Yeah.
How's that been, man? He's a really dope guy.
Dude, he's awesome. Like he just like kind of, I like came to him and like met him a couple times, and then we talked about fashion, furniture, clothes, and all that stuff. And like I was like, man, this guy's really fucking cool. So ended up getting a job with him over at his other company called T to the S. I've been doing a lot of furniture and stuff like that with him over there. And SAFDS we just been like, I'm just like a helping hand over there. Anything he needs, like I'm just gonna help him out with that because it's such a dope space, and we're just gonna keep it rocking from there. So.
Oh yeah, bro, I love going there. Shout out to the backlot brunch, man. That shit's like, you gotta be there, man. I feel like it's like a commitment for me to be there. So I love going there. You know what I mean?
It's cool. I love like to see all the homies like wake up early and start their day off and go over there. So.
It's a vibe, man. Like that last time Gallardo was doing all those live NFTs and shit.
The live performance of NFT Youngboy.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah, that shit was cool. Hell yeah.
And then what's the name of the latest collection that you did?
The Brainstorm Collection.
Yeah, the Brainstorm one. Yeah. So you dropped there was that first Brainstorm video that you dropped with all the moving all the table and stuff like that, and I wrote the breakdown article, and I was like, yo, this is like his process of like doing it and everything. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the Brainstorm drop and the videos that went along with that.
Yeah, so like Brainstorm, like it's like how I told you about a design process. Like I'll just sit there, like I think it was like probably like a good like month, and I was just sitting there and just designing, and I just like was just making logos like every day or like every couple days, and like just got to a point where like I was just like, all right, what am I gonna do with all these logos? And they don't really have like a cohesive like thing behind it. And I was just like, yo, this is like me brainstorming. So I'm gonna call it like take all these logos, put it in a collection, put it on like what I think is gonna be like fit, like suit the logo, like a shirt or like the coffee mug or something like that. So yeah, it's pretty much like how I like went back, and like I really wanted to do something like commercial-esque, so I like got with Jamani, the guy in the video, and I was like, yo, I want to shoot this video. I always have like ideas that I always like hold on to, and I felt like that was the right moment to like have like him pull up the desk and like out in the parking lot, like super like just eerie and like weird.
It was like robotic.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, definitely. Like shout out to Jamani for that, because we did a good one. Like that shit was cool as fuck.
No, that was one of my favorite videos.
Yeah.
And then after that, you dropped the Johnny Adama shit, man.
Yeah, shout
out Johnny Adama, Bonfire podcast alumni, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just hit him up because I didn't know what song to use, and like I was like, that was when he like around the time he dropped the album, and I was just like, yo, like I listened to it and I put on History, and I was like, yo, this would go really good with the video. So I like synced up the song to the video, and I was like, yo, this one hits. So like, yeah, shout out to him. And I messaged him, and I was like, yo, can I use your song for the video? And he's like, yeah, word, and sent me over the MP3, and then like just did it like that.
That shit snap, bro. Yeah. Like there's like the one moment when the beat goes and the umbrella opens up and shit and everything. I love the way it kind of like has a Hitman like kind of vibe to it. It's like, fire.
Like I said again, like I always like keep these ideas. So like that was like always an idea in my brain. Like I want to shoot music videos sometimes, like and like that. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna make like kind of like a music video-esque, like where he's just like getting out of the car and it's just like high luxury, and he's just like the guy, like, you know, he's getting out of the car, he's got the driver, he's got all that shit. So
yeah, man, you shoot videos as well. I remember you shot some footage for that Lucky show, and then you did you shot video for Lil UK. I remember that shit was fire. Lil UK always snaps. Shout out Lil UK.
Yeah, I shot that, and then I had Chad edited that one, so that was a super dope show. Like I've never done like something like that, so that was a good like door open to like be in like the music world too. So that was sick.
It was lucky, bro. You had to pop out, man.
No, it's crazy because like that's like one of my favorite artists, and it just like so happened to be like, yo, like we get to shoot this shit, so like we got to go out and like really film and like stay backstage and all that shit. So it was cool as fuck.
What makes him one of your favorite artists? Because I like him a lot too, but I started listening to him more like when you started playing more of his shit like on your stories.
I think he just got like a hold, like I don't know, it's just like the things he says are just like relatable, like for a moment in time like that I was going through like back in New Mexico and shit. So like I just think like I always like will grasp onto that like Lucky, and he's like an amazing artist. So.
Oh yeah, I love his like production and the videos. I know like Lone Wolf and like Filthy do all like some of that shit, but then his verses and the way he raps is like pretty crazy. So I've been tapped in with him for a minute. He's pretty dope.
Definitely. Shout out to Lucky.
So you also been doing shit over with here, let me think. So let's talk about how you got tapped in with Gallardo. You guys, there's one like iconic photo. You had it on like it was either on like your main IG or that one photo one that you had with all those like photography work that you did. Yeah. But there's one photo with like you, him, and Raheem, and that shit's like, it's like an iconic photo to me.
Yeah, I actually took that one. That's actually OG Chris Picasso, Gallardo, and Raheem. That was at Raheem's second art show. So yeah, like I got a chance to like just flick them. I had like that I had that role for like I think like 3 months, and like I told Gallardo, I was like, yo, I have this role, I need to like get it finished. He's like, yeah, you need to finish that. So I was probably like the last picture on the roll. But yeah, how I met Gallardo, I think I met him through Raheem. I went over to Complex's house, and we just like ended up chopping it up. And then same like through that gallery, Misu 360, I met them, and just like I pretty much met everybody through that gallery. So that's pretty much how I met Gallardo. It was just kind of just organic, like just popped up, and I was just like, oh, who's this guy? We just ended up talking. Yeah, it's cool.
So you also do some like graphic design work as well. You designed that poster. It's one of my favorite posters. More recently, the Dark Air poster.
Yeah.
For the Year of the Tiger event that happened here at Bottomville Studio. Shout out Dark Air.
Yeah.
But let's talk about your the design work and stuff.
Yeah. So pretty much, I think probably like 5 years ago, my homie gave me a laptop, and it just had Photoshop on it. So I was just like ended up just hopping into it, learned a little bit of things, and then like I was like, yo, I really like doing like graphic design. So like just over the years, just like taught myself and like just kept going, like commissions. I would do stuff for like my cousin, like for like album covers and stuff. And like that kind of like taught me a lot about like graphic design and shit like that. So it kind of just like, and me wanting to be like a clothing designer, I was just like, yo, I need this. I need to know how to do this. So definitely like learning design and shit like that has like opened the door for me. So I'm glad that I picked up that laptop.
Yeah, because it shows like on your, whenever you do like for the Before the Storm, the last one, the lookbook sort of thing where you had like each piece on there, it kind of has that similar like vibe to it.
Yeah, just like the cutouts and stuff like that.
Well, you designed that Project Cinema on the way, little small teaser, but
yeah,
the poster that's about to drop soon is designed by this man. So hit him up if you need some commission work.
Yeah, definitely take commissions at any time. I always just there to like help people. Like that shit's like easy for me. So if anybody needs like a logo or anything, like I'm always there. Just hit me up. Try to keep like the best prices because I just do it for like the love of it, pretty much.
The that cartoon like tornado logo that you had like some stickers at the studio one day, and I put it on a stop sign by Greenlight Cinema. I don't know if that shit's still there, but
dude, that shit is still there.
It's still there.
I have that shit like I have a picture of it. It's probably still there. It probably washed away. There's been so much rain, but like I remember I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like it's like washed away, but I have a picture of that. I actually do have another sticker and shit for you over here. So let's do gift time.
Hell yeah. Dang.
I'm gonna give you this one as well.
Oh hell yeah, bro.
Hold up.
Dang.
Yeah, we're doing gift time.
Let's go, man. Dang, bro. Thank you, man.
That's the little radar sticker and shit. So.
Oh hell yeah, brother.
And you had the white, and you bought the white one. You always been there. You always support it, like every single time. Shout out to J.
Got to. Hey, let's go. I finally got the black one. Yeah, we teased out the episode on the last episode with the white shirt. So you already know we had to get this one going. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. I'm glad. Yo, you've been supporting from day one. You pulled up to the studio, man. That shit was cool. Oh yeah.
Got to, bro.
You've been there ever since. It's cool. We're gonna keep it rocking.
Oh yeah, bro. You know the articles aren't gonna stop, man. Whatever you got coming out next or any videos, like, you know, yours is like gonna be like front of the line. So
hell yeah,
it's gang shit, man.
That. Hell yeah, I appreciate that.
Are you trying to get into more like video work? You said like making like short films or music videos or whatever.
More like music videos and shit like that. Like I definitely want to at least like do like treatments and like kind of creative direct like music videos for people and shit like that. I don't have to have the camera in my hands or like me edit it, but I'd love to like be like, I like to be in the background of things. Like I like to always have my hand on something. So if anybody like wants to do a video with me, or like if I can like write it up or something, like I definitely would love to do that.
Who's somebody that you want to work with?
I had an idea for Johnny. So.
Hey, make that shit happen, man.
Yeah,
we need Johnny Adama videos.
Yeah, I had an idea for Johnny. Maybe we can get that shit going. Have like Muji or somebody yeah, was it Muji? Shoot it. Who does the film work and shit?
Emoji? Yeah.
Have him shoot that shit. So yeah, definitely put that out there in the air. So.
It's gonna happen, man. We're gonna make that shit happen. Yeah, if you guys did a video, that would be crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, I definitely want to like sit back and like be like a creative director. I'm like helping my homie right now, like direct his album right now. Just like his cover, his rollout, and all that stuff. So I definitely wanted to do that with multiple different artists, just help them and whatever I could do.
Ooh, you should do one with Sonny Fritz. That would be fire.
That'd be fire. I linked up with Sonny Fritz at the Lucky Show.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that was my first time meeting him. He's really cool. He's cool as hell.
Hell yeah. Shout out Scumbag World. Yeah. So for Before the Storm, what do you have coming next? I know you just did the last drop, but are you doing like, I think we need a pop-up over at the studio or something, another like in-store thing?
Yeah, no, definitely we'll get that going. I got like something in the works with like some people, so we're definitely going to get like some pop-ups and shit like that. Yeah, we got that going. But yeah, definitely going to get pop-ups, maybe another fashion show by the end of the year. Yeah, just trying to get everything going.
Do you have, I know like before you kind of you had that chair that you would post on the Before the Storm like page, but is there any other like maybe possible furniture work coming? Because I know you've been working with Scott and shit. So
yeah, that'll probably be definitely
maybe like a collab of Before the Storm and a SAFDS collab, bro.
Yeah, that'll definitely be in the future. Like I'm just like working right now on like really getting like the furniture game like tightened up, because that's like something I would definitely want to do in the future wise. So that's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, bro. I like how on the last drop you kind of incorporated more like accessories and stuff. Like before, you had like the tote bags and everything. For each one, you had a different bag, and then this last one you had the umbrella and then the mug and everything.
Yeah, the umbrella was unreleased. You got that?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, unreleased. I'm kind of like working out the details on that. I want to get those like better. Like I want to make sure it's like kind of like high end. But yeah, like I would definitely want to do a lot more accessories and shit. So
those puff jackets were fire with the embroidery on it.
Yeah, hit me up. You're part of the team jackets.
Let's go.
Next time for winter. You know, I like that. All that stuff that I kind of did like around that time was kind of just like tester sample. So when I get the time to like sit down and really like analyze all that stuff, I want to like go full production with that stuff. So it'll be fun.
What do you be doing in your free time, bro? Like listening to music or watching movies or something? What?
Yeah, I just listen to music. I'm either painting or like sitting or sketching and like doing graphic design. So just at home.
Oh, you do some painting work too?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh yeah, you've some of the shit in the studio before. Yeah.
Definitely.
Man, you need to bring some of those pieces out, bro.
Yeah, that's like
do like an art show vibe.
Yeah, that was like that's how like I got my foot in the door in like St. Pete. Is just like I did like my first art show at Misu, and then I had an art show over at Station House like a couple of years back, and that shit was sick. That was like probably one of my my favorite art shows. So I definitely want to do another art show here pretty soon.
It was like your own one, or you did it under like a title?
It was under a title. It was like a big like there was like probably like 10 artists there, and we all just like had little booths and shit, and it was cool. So fire. I was like when I did that one, and I had another one when I did the Louis Vuitton bike. I don't know if you ever saw that at the studio. So
yeah. There was one installation you guys did that was super fire, bro. The with the in the cloud stuff. Let's talk about the painted Nikes and then how you guys set it up and everything in the studio.
Yeah, so that was what was that? That was Skyfall or When the Sky's Falling or something like that. Yeah, that was a while ago. But yeah, that was like I had these shoes like and I like all my beater shoes. I just like spray paint them white, and then like I had them at my house for like so long, and I was just like, yo, what am I gonna do with these? So I ended up like spraying them blue, and then I was like, yo, I had this idea, and it might happen to like I might redo it, but I had an idea to like make a fake Nike video, and like or like a commercial, but like a fake Nike commercial, and like take all the shoes and throw them over like telephone poles. So that's where like the idea for like the installation came along, whereas like the telephone poles were coming out the wall, and then we had like the mirrors on the floor. Sorry, when the mirrors are on the floor, and yeah, so like you could see like above you, and like that was like pretty much the basis of the idea. And Chad was like, "Yo, you gotta let's get these shoes up and let's do something, or let's throw them over the telephone pole." So we ended up just coming up with an installation with that.
Yeah, it was really dope. Like it had like a more immersive like IG vibe.
Yeah, that was like definitely like one of the aspects that we wanted to like, or the approach that we wanted to take is like, how are we gonna like, let's give somebody something different, and also like let's give them something that they could take away from it. So like I'm glad that we did that. That was super dope. That was a fun installation. The setup was crazy. Like,
Yeah,
we were up to
you took up like the whole basically the whole studio for
the
that.
setup was like, it took us like, it was like, and we did that shit in like 2 days. And like I was like up until like 5 in the morning, like doing it some nights. It was crazy. It was fun though. I'll do it again.
You got to, or something like something different, but or maybe like on a bigger scale where you have like a whole some crazy shit.
Yeah.
You can figure it out. I know you got
definitely.
it. What are some of your influences? I know that we've talked about like Brain Dead.
Yeah, I definitely like Brain Dead. I draw from like anything that like I really find like inspiration from. It could be anything, like just like a photo or just like some shit that I see like in a store. Like that's like it may not even have to be like a really crazy brand. It could be like something that's just like super simple, and I'll just be like, damn, I like really like the silhouette, or like I really like this logo or this font. Like the other like couple months ago, like I saw like a font on a fridge, and it just looked really cool. I was just like, yo, I would do something like that. It was like super like Y2K looking. So yeah, it's like anything that like strikes my eye, but like Brain Dead's pretty one of the big ones. Basket Case is a super sick brand. They're like super inspirational, like how they like move and like their like formula of how they like drop their clothes and shit.
I haven't heard of them before.
Yeah, check them out.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, no, that's like my favorite brand. I think I'm wearing the hat. Yeah, I always wear like Basket Case. Like they're super sick brand from, I think it's from LA.
Oh yeah, kind of like Brain Dead.
Yeah, I like definitely like I definitely like pull from like the West Coast. I really like West Coast brands and shit like that.
I like the way they all their shoe collabs are always like something crazy.
Yeah, some just like not off brand, but like
even if it's like Reebok, it's like, oh, this is what a Brain Dead shoe would look like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If it was done by Reebok.
Yeah, definitely.
They did one. It was like they had this crazy like puppet like animation like for the video, and these puppets are like singing and the shoes are like in the video. It's crazy. It's like some Kerwin Frost like kind of vibes, bro.
Yeah, they get wild. Yeah, I love that brand, like, because they're just like, their mind is just like of the brand. It's just, it could be anything. Like it's just so out there, and like the whole like they could like make food.
Yeah, the restaurant's crazy, bro.
They could do anything with that brand. It's super sick, like super inspirational.
I think they make like avocado toast, but it's like in the Brain Dead like logo.
Yeah, they did silhouette. That. They did like a burger. I think they did like a sushi roll or something like that. Yeah.
Like the Murakami burgers they did at Complex Con.
Yeah.
We got to do some Complex Con shit here, man.
Yeah. I think we got something in the works with that. I think me and Takeo have been talking about something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
let's go.
Trying to do a little, and Candace from Little Bull. Try to get some shit going. Yeah. For the city, we got to do something big.
You got to do it for the city, bro.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. Have you ever thought about like maybe making your own like shoe design, or like do like some customs or something?
Yeah.
Since you've already did like kind of this stuff for the Nike kind of vibes, like.
Yeah, like back in high school, like that's like kind of how like I got into art, is like I would collect a whole bunch of shoes, whether it would be like beaters or like something like cool, and like take them and like restore them and shit like that. So like I definitely would like I would love to like try to make a custom shoe or something like that, or like collaborate with like a shoe company, like, and do something like that. I just know that probably takes a lot to do that shit, but yeah.
Yeah, there's like, I feel like custom shoes are kind of like, it's kind of, a lot of people are doing it now, but I don't like when people, they basically just like rip off a Jordan 1 and they just put like a knife or something on the side, like, you know what I mean? Like,
the bootleg one in a dunk wave.
Yeah.
We had going on for a minute.
Yeah.
I think it's hit its course. That shit's.
Yeah, it's gotta go.
I think the only one I bought a booth pair of, but it was they did a mix of Rick Owen dunks and a Jordan 1. I forgot what company did it, but yeah, that's the only thing that made, I was like, oh, I like those. Those are cool.
Or like the John Geiger, like kind of Air Force ones.
Yeah, they're bamming everybody for that shit though, so be careful.
Yeah.
Guys. Try and do some custom shit. They're bamming you.
What about those ones? They kind of look like Jordan ones that you have, but they have all the shoelaces, like.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. I forgot what company made those, but yeah, those are the ones. They're like a Rick Owen dunk with like the crazy lacing, but yeah, it's like pretty much it.
So have you been back out to New Mexico since you've been over here?
Nah, man, I've been here. I've been
he's
chilling,
like,
bro.
I'm just chilling here now.
Yeah, this is home right now. Like I'm like well established here, like with my job, my girlfriend, and like, yeah,
life.
Life is good right now. So I'm just chilling. So I'll probably end up going back home here pretty soon just to visit, because they got all that stuff going on. Like, my homie started his company out there. It's damage control, so I want to go check them out when the next time they have a pop-up, because, yeah.
What is that? It's like another brand that.
Yeah,
has, like,
another clothing brand. Yeah, he's snapping right now. So.
Man, tell him to come do a pop-up here, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta get Blaze out here.
He's based out of New Mexico?
He's based out of New Mexico, yeah.
Oh, cool, man. I gotta check that dude out too.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll send you the link.
So are you thinking about like going to shoot more like live footage for people, like kind of like how you did the little UK thing, like maybe?
Yeah, anything that's presented to me, I'll do it. Like,
oh, all right.
Yeah, like if someone was just like, yo, come and shoot my show, like I'll come out and shoot that shit. So yeah, I'll shoot like music video. Just hit me up. I'm all, like, you hit me up and you're like, yo, I need a logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to be like I said, like a helping hand, and like whoever like hits me up, I got them. Like, you know.
Yeah, bro, kind of like a jack of all trades.
Yeah, I try, like, you know, I like to stay immersed, and like I really love this art shit. So like anything I can get my hands on, I'm gonna do it.
Did you just like pick it up and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna like get a camera and start fucking around and like, see what happens?
Yeah, like back in New Mexico, I was interning for this studio, and I was doing like music engineering for like a couple of years, and like the guy that owned the studio like gave me this it was like a Nikon, and I just like was like, yo, this is cool, and I started taking photos, and then like it kind of just like opened up another door where it was just like, okay, like I like taking photos now, like, and like my cousins and like my friends are all artists, like rappers and like producers and shit. So I was just like, yo, like I'm gonna like shoot your album covers, and like I'm gonna like shoot your music video and shit like that. So like that's like where all that shit came from.
And you can design the poster for their tour and everything.
Yeah, all that shit. I definitely just like want to be like a creative director, like, and like fully like hop into like a project and be able to like have my hands on, be like, yo, this is how this needs to look, and like this is what needs to happen for that. So yeah, bro, it's a vibe. Like I kind of want to get like kind of start doing that, like not necessarily like that part, but just like, oh, I have this vision, but I just don't know where to take it. But it's like I might have the vision that can make it work, you know? Definitely, just like, you know, because some people, not saying that they don't have the vision, some people may not just like see what could be done at the time or something like that, you know? Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to plug, bro?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. All right. So that's been episode 10 of the Jit Camp Bonfire podcast. You can find him at Before the Storm Studios and at Digital Casket on IG. You can find me at JitCamp727. And all the articles, all the stuff that we talked about on here, all his past articles can all be found on jitcamp.com, where a jit can be a jit. Peace.
Hey.